Oh, here we go, mano. Here we go.
Who is this Jenny everyone keeps talking about?
Fale com o editor.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kaisen, Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking.
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1.
Quem será? Quem será?
What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character. Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Huh?
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the 5 Kaisen. The 5 Kaisen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kaisen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5 Kaisen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Iridori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yep, that's
What?
Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's
Caramba!
Well, it seems that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close.
Pera, você não tá esquecendo alguma coisa?
Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the 5 Kaisen for us to find.
Bom, eu tenho uma ideia de quem pode ser.
Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon!
Primeiro é alguém que conhece todos nós.
Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person every time.
Essa pessoa também está ligada ao clã Kadehara.
Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan. Oh, Paimon gets it now. Well, at least Paimon thinks she knows. Let's go! We'll get to the bottom of this.
Que loucura! Encontre a pessoa. Retrato de Kuronushi. Bora ver. Pintura de Kuronushi, feito por Albedo, é uma pintura do cenário apenas sem o personagem. Albedo disse que gostaria de deixar isso para a imaginação das pessoas. Talvez até você mesmo possa ter uma ideia de como esse personagem era. Realmente.
Yes, in fact, before doing the portrait of Kuronushi, I visited the person who left those stories and confirmed a few things. I think my current approach to this portrait is the most correct one. After all, there are some things that are better left obscure and out of the public eye.
Que loucura! O menino tá aqui, ó.
Ayato! You're the one behind the stories of the 5 Kaisen!
Ah, não!
Don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Que desgraçado.
Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Xingqiu and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit.
Huh? So it was Miko after all! Paimon knew it! This thing had Miko written all over it!
That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kaisen to guide you to the Kaedehara family's secrets was my personal touch.
Meu Deus, mano, só tem... Mano, a família dos Kamisato é tudo manipulador, né, velho? A menina é uma manipuladora emocional ferrada das emoções. A irmã mais nova dele, a Ayaka. Ele também é um manipulador desgraçado também, né? Ele acabou de confirmar que ele também fez um toque pessoal aí. Caramba, mano, o clã Kamisato não tem salvação. Clã Kamisato não tem salvação, não tem. Vergonha pra ele, vergonha pra ela, vergonha pra família deles. É isso aí.
As for my roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do.
Como assim você não teve escolha, mano?
Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink, the kind that would only appear when exposed to water. What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedehara clan, especially Kazuha. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. I had to confirm whether Kazuha has both the will and ability to be privy to the truth. Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered, but maybe he doesn't have the will that's required. In that case, the truth would only become a burden to him. If he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place, in which case, it would be better to keep him away from danger altogether. Kaedehara Yoshinori left his message in a roundabout way precisely for this reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
Entendi. Mas por que envolver todo mundo?
Yeah, it wasn't only Kazuha. You brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
I figured you would ask this question eventually. I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future.
Então quem é exatamente o Kunikuzushi?
You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you? The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before.
Ah! Ainda dá uma pista. Espere até a meia-noite, 5 horas da... De meia-noite às 5 horas da manhã. O amigo foi embora, mano. Miko is gone.